The Pentagon has a division called the Entertainment Liaison Office. They've operated since 1948. They work with Hollywood. They shape narratives. And in 2019, they discussed turning Taylor Swift into what they called a broad spectrum influence asset. This isn't conspiracy theory. This is from a video that Fox News aired in January 2024. The Pentagon's response wasn't to deny it. They said they'd shake it off. But here's what that video didn't show you. The part that got classified. In 7 minutes, I'm going to tell you exactly what Operation Mockingbird 2.0 looks like, and why Taylor Swift might be patient zero. Welcome to the Rabbit Hole Chronicles. I'm Percival Blackwood, but first let me tell you about Zina LaVey, because in 3 minutes you're going to understand why her face matters more than any Pentagon document. December 2023. Taylor Swift is at another Chiefs game. The cameras find her. Again. The announcers mention her. Again. Female viewership is up 63% when she attends. The NFL literally changed their social media bio to NFL, Taylor's version. Vivek Ramaswamy tweets about an artificially, culturally propped up couple. He predicts a major presidential endorsement. He uses the word orchestrated 3 times in one tweet thread. Laura Loomer starts tracking the referee calls in Chiefs games. She finds statistical anomalies. Games where Taylor attends have 31% more favourable calls for Kansas City. The probability of this being random? Less than 0.003%. The Chiefs make the Super Bowl. 115 million people watch. So Taylor Swift gets more screen time than most players, and then something was supposed to happen. Intelligence sources were certain. The endorsement was coming. The operation would climax, and nothing. Or so it seemed, because the real operation was already complete. Let me explain. September 13th, 2009. MTV Video Music Awards. Taylor Swift wins Best Female Video. Kanye West storms the stage, takes her microphone. The humiliation is total. Millions watch a 19-year-old get destroyed on live television. Beyoncé brings her back on stage later. The redemption moment. Everyone cries, but here's what you need to know. Both women wore red. In Hermeticism, red signals transformation through trauma. The Rosicrucians call it the rubido phase, the final stage of alchemical transformation. Beyoncé held Taylor's hand for exactly 13 seconds. September 13th. Taylor's favourite number is 13. Born December 13th. Writes it on her hand before every performance. This wasn't random. This was ritual. After that night, Taylor Swift didn't just succeed. She transcended. 10 Grammys, billion-dollar tours, political influence that rivals senators. The same thing happened to Lady Gaga after her 2009 blood ritual performance. Rihanna after her 2012 triangle ceremony. Always at the VMAs. Always followed by astronomical success. But Taylor's transformation had an element the others didn't. Zina LaVey appears on television. High priestess of the Church of Satan. Blonde hair. Specific bone structure. Unique eye spacing. 2.3 inches, narrower than average. Distinctive philtrum length. Taylor Swift emerges, same blonde hair, same bone structure, same 2.3-inch eye spacing, same philtrum length. When forensic facial recognition software analyses both faces, it returns a 99.7% probability of being the same person. That's higher than identical twins typically score. Zina LaVey disappeared from public view in 1990. Taylor Swift was born December 13th, 1989. The LaVey family has Italian heritage, changed their name from Levy. Taylor's grandmother, Marjorie Finley, but her maiden name was Baldy, Italian. Taylor's family suddenly moved from Pennsylvania to Nashville when she was 11. Her father was a Merrill Lynch executive. Her mother worked for a mutual fund. No connection to country music. No explanation for the move. Except one. Nashville is exactly 666 miles from Scranton, Pennsylvania. I'm not making that up. Google it right now. 665.7 miles. They round it to 666. Johns Hopkins University, a cybersecurity conference that you need to understand. The presenter isn't just some academic, she's Dr. Sarah Chen, who worked on 3 classified Pentagon contracts between 2014 and 2018. She's discussing weaponized parasocial relationships. She uses Taylor Swift as her primary example. Shows how Swift's Instagram engagement rate is 7 times higher than any politician. How her fan base exhibits cult-like devotion metrics. How a single post can drive more behaviour change than million-dollar ad campaigns. The audience, it includes representatives from the NSA, CIA, and something called the Behavioural Influence Analysis Division, which officially doesn't exist. Dr. Chen presents something called the Swift Effect model. It shows how to engineer a celebrity for maximum social impact. The formula has 7 components. Taylor Swift scores perfectly on all 7. This presentation was supposed to be classified. Someone leaked it. Jesse Waters got hold of it. Fox News aired it. The Pentagon's response should have been, "This is fake," or "This is out of context." Instead, we're going to shake it off. That's not a denial. That's an admission wrapped in a Taylor Swift pun. Here's what Operation Mockingbird 2.0 looks like. You don't need to control journalists anymore. You need to control influencers. You don't plant stories in newspapers. You plant behaviours in fandoms. Taylor Swift doesn't need to tell people how to vote. She just needs to exist in their consciousness at specific behavioural inflection points. NFL games during election season. Album releases timed with voter registration deadlines. Relationship announcements that shift cultural conversations. It's called stochastic terrorism, but in reverse. Stochastic influence. You create environmental conditions that probabilistically drive mass behaviour without direct commands. The Pentagon calls this ambient behavioural modification. The documents leaked in 2021 show they've been developing this since 2008, the year Taylor Swift emerged. Travis Kelce, NFL star, Pfizer spokesman. His brother Jason hosts a podcast that regularly features government health officials, his foundation partners with organisations that receive federal grants. Their relationship announcement, 2 weeks before voter registration deadlines in 7 swing states. Their first public appearance, at a game broadcast to 27 million people, predominantly in suburban demographics that decide elections. The timing isn't coincidence, it's engineering. January 2024, the Super Bowl approach. Conservative media starts panicking. They can feel something building. Tucker Carlson does 3 segments on Taylor Swift in 1 week. Steve Bannon mentions her in 17 different podcasts. They know something's coming. They're trying to preempt it. The Super Bowl happens, Chiefs win, Taylor and Travis kiss on the field. The most watched moment in television that year. And then, nothing happens. Or does it? Within 72 hours of that kiss, voter registration among women 18 to 29 increases by 13% in swing states. Taylor never says anything political. She doesn't have to. Her presence in that space, at that moment, with that person, creates the behaviour. That's the operation. Not endorsement. Environment of Taylor's new album. The Life of a Showgirl. Track 10, Cancelled, with 2 L's, British spelling. There's only one major British figure who intersects with her career timeline. Someone who knew about the initiation. Someone who might expose the operation. In 5 weeks, when that album drops, someone's career ends. And everyone will think it's just pop music drama. But it's housekeeping, operational security, removing loose ends. So let me tell you what you're actually looking at. A woman with the exact face of a Satan priestess, initiated on live television through ritual humiliation. Discussed by the Pentagon as an influence weapon, dating someone connected to government narratives, capable of moving millions with her mere presence. Every album she releases correlates with political inflection points. Every relationship timeline matches electoral cycles. Every career move amplifies her influence precisely when that influence is most useful. 2024 isn't just an election year, it's the culmination of a 16-year operation. Taylor Swift isn't going to tell you how to vote. She's going to make you feel like voting a certain way was your idea. She's going to exist in spaces that prime specific behaviours. She's going to be ambient propaganda you don't even notice. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the 99.7% facial match is coincidence. Maybe the Pentagon discussing her was theoretical. Maybe the timing of everything is lucky. Maybe she just happens to date a Pfizer spokesman during an election year. Maybe spelling cancelled with 2 L's means nothing. But when someone shows you exactly what they are, repeatedly, consistently, with mathematical precision, maybe you should believe them. I'm Percival Blackwood. This has been the Rabbit Hole Chronicles. Watch what happens in between. And remember, the most effective influence is the kind you never notice. The best operations are the ones that feel like entertainment. You're not being controlled, you're being entertained into compliance. Sweet dreams.